It's been a rainy 48 hours for some areas of Newfoundland and Labrador. Not all areas, like Bay Roberts, where we could have used a lot of that rain. But Point Leamington, as of 9:30 this morning, almost 110 millimeters of rain. And that data comes to us from Rodney Barney. He's a meteorologist with the Environment and Climate Change Canada Weather Office in Gander. At the same time it's been rainy in Newfoundland, the Northern Lights put on a beautiful display over Happy Valley Goose Bay last night, and that photo was sent in to me via Madison Jacobs. Madison, thank you very much for sharing that with us. Now, there is some drizzle in the forecast, but not as much activity as what we saw over the last couple of days. We'll touch on that in just 1 second, but first, a word about tonight's sponsor, Heat Pump Solutions. Beat the heat and get a mini split from Heat Pump Solutions. Visit heatpumpsolutions.ca for more. The area of low pressure that brought us the rain yesterday is still swirling off in the North Atlantic, not too far away from the northeast coast, but it's helping to keep those clouds going from Lake St. Anthony to most of the Avalon Peninsula. But areas just to the southwest are seeing beautiful sunshine this afternoon, and I'm recording this just after 3 o'clock. It is August 20th, 2025. Into Labrador, the day began relatively cloudless, but clouds are moving in from the east and also from the west. Temperature-wise, we're looking at low teens along the coast, mid to upper teens for interior and western parts of the Big Land on the island. As I mentioned yesterday, it's cooler in the onshore northeasterly/northerly flow where it's cloudy, and it's warmest in the south and southwest and on the Burin Peninsula. Near 19 degrees right now. Looks like down in beautiful St. Lawrence. Now we go throughout the evening and overnight, we'll see the clouds generally decreasing across most of Newfoundland. Into Labrador, we'll see clouds increasing or holding along the coast overnight. And as we go throughout the day tomorrow, showers roll into areas like Cartwright and Makkovik, but may hold off in Nain. And in Lab West, it looks like a few showers as well tomorrow. On the island, cool yes tomorrow, but a beautiful Thursday is on tap. Tonight, across the province, lows of 5 to 10 degrees. No complaints there from me. For the day tomorrow, going to be sunnier on the island, highs middle to upper teens, even some low 20s, and winds are going to be out of the west. With respect to the fires tomorrow, we may see a little increased activity for the Kingston fire. I'll be watching that very closely, and same thing for the Martin Lake fire. Into Labrador tomorrow, cool along the coast, especially Makkovik down to Cartwright, and then in the west, we're looking at a mix of sun and cloud. What about Friday and Saturday, you ask? Well, Friday looks pretty good, although a bit cloudy for northern parts of the Avalon. And as of now, it looks like eastern Newfoundland may see some showers and drizzle Saturday as Hurricane Erin passes well southeast of Newfoundland, but will influence the weather just a little bit. Touch on that in just a second. Meanwhile, into Labrador, we're looking good Friday, good Saturday, and I see no reason at this point why Sunday won't really follow suit. Here is Hurricane Erin. Right now, a Category 2 hurricane, essentially off the southeastern coast of the United States. You can see the rain there already showing up to the southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. This storm is moving towards the north at 21 kilometers per hour and may strengthen a bit in the next 36 hours according to the National Hurricane Center, but it's also going to begin to turn more northeasterly away from the mainland United States. And this is a rare storm that will pass between Bermuda and the eastern seaboard of the U.S. and not impact Atlantic Canada. Typically, when we're looking for storms to impact Atlantic Canada, they need to go over Bermuda or to the west. This one's going to the west, but thankfully, due to the weather pattern, going to remain southeast of Atlantic Canada. Does not mean we're not going to see any impacts, but the storm center is going to remain very far offshore. By Saturday morning, may still be a hurricane well south of Newfoundland and then working toward the North Atlantic as we go into Monday. Time frame for this is going to be late Friday through Sunday for its passing. Obviously, hurricanes generate large waves, and this is going to be no exception. We'll get to that in just a second. Now, with respect to direct impacts in Atlantic Canada, nothing really. I've had questions about, is it going to be windy? Is it going to be rainy? Is it going to be a bad weekend? Folks, if I didn't talk about it, you probably wouldn't know a hurricane is going to be nearby, except for the waves. So the waves are going to get quite large. So what we're looking at here are the significant wave heights, which is I think the average height of 2/3 of the waves in the ocean. I might be misquoting that, and I will certainly go back and check, but I'm kind of doing this off the cuff. But it's close to those lines. Either way, we are going to see large waves around the storm center. So by 8 a.m. Saturday, notice those waves around Nova Scotia and parts of southern Newfoundland, approaching 2 to 3 meters. As we go through Saturday into Sunday, the storm remains, again, fairly far south. Direct impacts minimal, but we are going to see large waves, potentially 2-3 meters near shore, maybe even 4. So we may get a few special weather statements from Environment and Climate Change Canada because of the large waves. And once we get through, it looks like Sunday morning, we should see the waves beginning to decrease in size as that storm pulls away kind of quickly and rolls off into the North Atlantic. Keep in mind, if you want to take part in the recreational groundfish fishery Saturday and Sunday, really pay attention to that marine forecast, because the waves near shore, or if you're sheltered, may not seem too bad. But in my experience, for instance, I've been on a few tour boats. When you go outside of the St. John's Harbor, it's not too bad. As soon as you get close to around Cape Spear, it's the swells get much bigger. So something to kind of keep in mind is that marine forecast. Please pay attention to it. Your safety may depend on it, and check the marine forecast. I'll put out a forecast, but it's very generalized. If you're needing something for more critical decisions, you can email me. Shoot me a DM on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you can find me, and I will at least do my best to help you out. And if I can't, I'll point you in the direction where you can get the information that you're looking for. Now, with respect to the impacts from this, again, the Avalon Peninsula is going to be closest to the storm, and we're looking at breezy conditions Saturday, but nothing out of the ordinary. 13 degrees and drizzly, 16 degrees and sunny on Sunday, and then back to the 20s on Monday. So while the impacts may not be nil, we're looking at something that's not going to be a major event. At least that's how it looks from my chair right now. If you don't have the app yet, be sure to get it. Sheerr Weather in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. Beyond that, have a very, very good Wednesday evening and stay safe.